icebreakers for everyday conversations. We were both staring at our phones like they were tiny, polite life rafts, and I realized I couldn't remember the last thing we'd said that made us both laugh. That's the kind of morning that jokes you awake. The kids were already at school, the coffee had gone lukewarm, and there we were, two adults who could recite each other's schedules but not each other's small private annoyances. The day before, we'd barely spoken beyond logistics. Who's picking up milk? Who'll call the plumber? That moment, phones, lukewarm coffee, the wrong kind of quiet felt heavy. It also felt fixable in a way that surprised me. So I said something almost silly. What tiny thing made you smile yesterday? He blinked. Then he laughed. Then we talked for 5 minutes about a ridiculous dog video and how the sunlight fell across the kitchen counter. It was small, it was nothing, and it was everything. You don't need a perfect script, you need a doorway. Why openers should invite reflection, not blame. Blame turns conversation into a courtroom. It's a tone, it's an undertow. When someone hears blame, they brace, counterattack, or flee. None of those responses helps two people find each other. Reflection is different. Reflection suggests curiosity. It suggests that there are inner landscapes to be explored together. When you begin with reflection, you're saying, I want to know what this felt like for you, not you messed this up. Big difference. Here's how that plays out. Instead of why didn't you handle that the way I asked? Try saying, I'm curious how you experienced that moment. What was going on for you at the time? That little shift does more than change words. It softens the body. It makes the other person lower their shield. You'll still get honest answers. Sometimes they'll be surprising, sometimes they'll be hard, but the shape of the conversation will be different, less defensive, more curious. Don't get me wrong, this isn't about being evasive or pretending nothing's wrong. You can be direct and reflective at the same time. For example, I felt overwhelmed when our plan changed, and I'm wondering what was happening for you. That centers your experience without pointing a finger. It invites the other person to bring their own experience into the room. And then, slowly, you can walk toward whatever needs solving. One imperfect note, sometimes you'll say it clumsily, and that's okay. You'll flub the phrasing, apologizing in the middle of a sentence, or you'll realize halfway through that you sounded like you were lecturing. That happens. Say so. Sorry, that came out clunky. What I mean is, and keep going. Two truths and a wish, a gentle map to hidden desires. There's a reason silly games work. They lower stakes. Two truths and a wish borrows that playfulness and uses it to open up real things. Longings, small frustrations, the things you'd like to change but don't yet know how to name. The truths anchor the moment in reality. The wish gives you a forward-looking line to pull on together. You can keep it light. Two small, honest observations and one thing you like, or you can let it go deeper. Either is fine. It's the habit that matters, giving voice to both what is and what could be. A simple way to play. Each person shares two truths about how they're feeling or noticing things in the relationship, plus one wish. The catch is, there is no fixed pressure after the wish. The immediate goal is to be heard. Later, when both people feel safe, you can ask, how could we try that? But early on, the wish just names a longing. Here's a slice from real life. One night after a long week, I said two truths and a wish. Truth one, I'm wiped by evenings. Truth two, I love watching you make dinner. Wish, could we try 2 screen-free dinners this week? He answered. Truth one, I miss our long talks. Truth two, I'm worried about money. Wish, I want us to set aside an hour this weekend to look at it together. No fireworks, no immediate solution to the budget, but both of us felt seen, and that made it possible to plan calmly. And yes, I know that might feel weird the first time, or maybe that's not quite right. It's not weird. It's awkward. It's fine to be awkward. Start light so you can get honest later. If you open with heavy stuff from the jump, defenses soar. Light prompts are not avoidance. Think of them as a warm up, 5 minutes of laughter or gentle curiosity that loosens the jaw and makes the heart a little less guarded. It's like easing into cold water rather than jumping off a cliff. Ask small things. What made you smile today? If our day had a theme song, what would it be? What's one tiny win from this week? These questions sound inconsequential because they are small. That's the point. They lower the stakes and build a bridge. Once you're both comfortable on the bridge, you can walk further into tougher terrain without falling off. Here's a practical rule of thumb: match your partner's pace. If they answer playfully, be playful. If they answer quietly, be quiet with them. And when silence comes, resist the urge to fill it with chatter. Sometimes silence is just a place where both of you are thinking, and that's okay. Sit with it. Breathe. You don't always have to fix the pause. One imperfect sentence. Sometimes I start a prompt and then realize halfway through that I forgot the point, which is real and kind of funny. If this message encouraged you, you'll find many more practical insights in my bestseller book, Marriage Icebreaker. Just search Ollaliza Kaye on Amazon or use the link in the description.